Good morning, Unity of Greenville. How is everyone today? Good. We're so excited that you're here with us. Thank you to everyone who's here in the sanctuary with us this morning, and thank you to everybody who's watching online today. We're so glad that you're joining us. Reverend Leah is going to be giving our message today. She's going to be sharing with us about the fifth principle of unity, the principle of action. So we'll look forward to that. And it's a new month. I know you've seen probably little hints of color. We've got the beautiful red for the month of February. We'll be talking about the power of love as well. I'm going to be sharing the daily word with you. And the daily word for today, Sunday, February 5th, is healing. The affirmation for today is, my faith is making me well. Unity co-founder Myrtle Fillmore's healing journey began when she changed her mind. Inspired by the words of a healing practitioner, she took this affirmation to heart. I am a child of God, and therefore I do not inherit sickness. And after 2 years of persistent health-affirming meditation, prayer, and practice, Myrtle was healed. Her faith made her well. Myrtle Fillmore lived joyously and vigorously for many years. I take inspiration from this story. I, too, am a living expression of God. I feel my body's quickening response as I claim my inheritance of divine life, vibrantly active in every cell of my body. Good nutrition, exercise, and rest support my healing practice. My faith is making me well. Will you share that affirmation with me this morning? My faith is making me well. And the Bible verse for today is from Mark 5:34. He said to her, "Daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace and be healed of your disease."
Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you, Lisa. How are you? Well, James would say at this point, are you nice and comfortable? Well, if so, let's stand up and sing a song. How about it? He's not here with us this morning, but we'll bring him in spirit by doing that. Here we go. We're so glad to be together in unity. We're so glad you're here. We're so glad you're here. We're so glad to be together in unity. We're so glad you're here. We're so glad you're here. Come on in as we gather for a while. Give a hug and share a smile. Come on in and meet a friend and be accepted as you are. We're so glad to be together in unity. We're so glad you're here. We're so glad you're here. We're so glad to be together in unity. We're so glad you're here. We're so glad you're here. We're so glad to be together in unity. Isn't that a much nicer thing than being together in disunity? Yes! Turn around, greet a friend, grab a hug, shake a hand, introduce yourself. So nice to see all your lovely faces this morning. Where are all of our children? How about let's having our children come down this morning? Who wants to join me up front? Yeah, right up here. I got a nice big empty space right here, just waiting for some kids to fill it up. I got one, I got two. Here they come. We even have a lion joining us this morning. How are you guys this morning? Everybody doing okay? Good. You know this song? You ready? Here we go. God is, I am, I create, I pray. Come on down. I act, right here, on the truth that I know. God is, I am, I create, I pray, I act on the truth that I know. There is only one God. There is only one love. I love our little tiger down here. This is precious. All right, you guys, how you doing? You ready to get off to Sunday school this morning? Meet Mr. Gary in the back? All right, let's give him a blessing. We love you. We bless you. We behold the Christ in you. We appreciate you, and we bless your teachers too. Do you remember what it was like to be a kid? Some of us are way too far removed from that, right? It's a wonderful thing when they come up front to let yourself connect with that, just that wide-eyed, naive, youthful, just the world is your oyster feeling that they have, right? It's so good for us to get in touch with that. It's good to have them up here with us, reminding us to do that. Well, Reverend James is at Blue Ridge this morning. So you've got just me, and it's okay. We will get this thing done, as I told the people back there. We'll get it done this morning. How was your week? Good. So what have we been talking about? OOMPA, and not the Oompa Loompas, right? The OOMPA. So we presented this as a kind of a fun way to try to remember the 5 basic unity principles, but you know, our kids' song is such a great way to remember them too. It's just a little song. It's one of those that gets caught, you know, repetitiously, and so it's a wonderful way to remember them. But if you want to follow OOMPA, we started out talking about, excuse me, omnipotence. God is everywhere. God is all good. God is all good. God is all powerful. God is everywhere present. God is. And then we moved into the second one. Because God is everywhere present, all good, I am all good. Because God is in me and I go through this world expressing the divine, expressing God. So the second one, I am. God is, I am. Then we spent some time talking about the third one, which is how we manifest our life through our thoughts, our feelings, emotions, how we can learn to operate within the laws that exist. And so manifestation, we create. We are co-creators with God. We are creating this experience that we call life. That is a power that we have been given, correct? So God is, I am, I create. Fourth one, I pray. Yes, so unity is founded on the idea of prayer, affirmative prayer, not the begging and pleading and supplication, but affirmative prayer, stating that which we know to be true for ourselves and for others, right? The truth statements, so prayer. So finally, we come to this 5th week. What good is it to have all of these wonderful knowings and all this wonderful stuff that we give you every Sunday to put in your tool bag if you never take them out and use them? Right? What good does medicine do you if it sits on the shelf? What good does it do you? So the 5th principle is that it is not enough to just know. I have to put my truth into action. Knowing and understanding the laws of life, also called truth, is not enough. A person must live. The person must live the truth he or she knows. So it's nice if we think about our community here kind of being a laboratory. It's an opportunity for us to come and get all of this wonderful information, these tools, and then to use them, mastering them in our community so that we can take them out to our workplace, to our did you know that unity principles apply all across the board? I have seen some people that have a remarkable capacity to say, I will use my unity principles. I know they apply here in my life with my family, or here, but I would never think about applying them to my political beliefs or to my workplace. No, you must live the truth all across the board, through all the walks of your life. So when we come into this Sunday morning experience, this laboratory of different species and specimens, right? We get to knock up against each other, and we get to find out if what we're learning works, because we get the opportunity to work it. And I'm here to tell you that if you work it, it works, right? It's not enough to have the book. How many of you have done that? You've bought a book and it's like, yeah, okay, I've got that book. But you put it on the bookshelf. If you don't read it and you don't ingest what the book has to say and then take the action that the book gives you, it's not going to do you a whole lot of good just sitting up there on the shelf, is it? So knowledge of the spiritual principles is not enough. Through our thoughts, words, and actions, we want to live the truth that we know. Through our thoughts, our words, and our actions. So some basic things. Doing follows being. And I know if James were here, he'd be going. Somebody said, no, don't do it. If he were here, he would be saying, don't be a doobie, doobie, doobie. Be a be doobie, doobie, doo. Right? We learn to be. We come from the being into the doing. We don't do, and in the hopes of the doing, we become something. We become and we be that, and then we give out from that and do the doing, the action. We are all expressions of love. We are all expressions of God. Now, not all of us are fully mature enough to express that love all of the time. Some, not even a little bit of the time, right? They just haven't come into the knowing of who they are yet. But we are all expressions, potential expressions of love and God. Jesus said you would know my followers by the love they express, by the fruits that they bear. So what kind of fruit is your tree bearing this morning? The fruits of compassion, the fruits of kindness, right? The fruits of unconditional love. Let us know that forgiveness will be an ongoing practice as long as we are in this physical body. I have a great practice of checking in every night. Is there anybody that I have tethered myself today to in an unhealthy way that I need to let go? I need to release. I need to make sure everything is clear. Because when it comes to situations between you and another person, it is your responsibility to take care of you, right? You have to make sure that those channels are clear. You have to do your forgiveness work. They can take care of their own selves, and they can choose to forgive or not to forgive, but you want to take care of yourself, and it is an ongoing practice. And how many have found out that it's an ongoing practice sometimes with the same situation or the same person, right? It's like the proverbial peeling of the onion. Well, I thought I had that taken care of, and here it comes again. And as I was saying with someone yesterday, it's like, You know, you take what you can do and what you can get done at the place where you're at, the time that you're at. And then you go along and you get a little more maturity, you get a little more understanding, you've had a little more experience, a few more tools added to your bag, and here comes the next layer, ready to be unpeeled, ready to be exposed, and you take care of it. So it's an ongoing practice. How many understand that we are constantly reborn and renewed in spirit by acting out our beliefs? And we can be reborn anew every blink of the eye, right? Because what is being reborn other than just making a choice to do something differently? Oh, I saw where that didn't work too well. I think I'll do that again. There we go. I've got the opportunity. It's never too late. I have that opportunity every moment to change my mind, go in a different direction, and do something different, do something new. And I do this by acting out my beliefs. Again, as I get more tools, as I gain more understanding, then I put those things into action. How many have grown in the last year? Right? Well, every hand should be up because whether you know it or not, you have. You have gained some understanding about something. Your beliefs have been challenged in the last year somewhere, and you've had the opportunity to work with them, find out if they're true for you, right? So we're always in this learning mode. Service and giving are aspects of love. And they're important aspects of love. We're here as servants to one another. When we realize that we're connected, then we understand that what I give out to you, I'm actually giving to myself, right? As I give, I receive. And so I put myself into service to others, to my community. When I have those sacred encounters with people throughout my day, and every encounter is a sacred encounter, do I leave that encounter with that person being more uplifted and happier and feeling more loved than they did before I encountered them? That's one of our missions in this life, is to leave people better than we found them, to make an impact, to make a positive impact. So we ask ourselves, how may I serve? How can I put myself into service, into loving kindness, into putting my actions in, putting my beliefs into action? The servant holds high value and is divinity in expression. We kind of got it turned around a little bit. We think the servers are the lowly ones, right? We tend to think that, oh, you have a server's job, you know. The servers really are the highest expression. They're giving of themselves to you, giving of their time, giving of their talent. So this ability to serve really is a very high form of an expression of love. The source of life serves us all unconditionally every day. Have you noticed that when you get up in the morning, the sun rises? We need sun to grow food. We need sun for warmth, all those things. We don't have to ask for it in the morning. We get up and it's just there. We need food to eat. It grows from a seed. How does it do that? You put a seed in the ground, it gets the water and the sun, the nutrients that it needs, and before you know it, there's a little sprout that pops up. And that sprout grows into something bigger and winds up bearing something edible for us. We don't have to go out in the mornings and ask, have I been good enough to get food today, to grow? Will food grow today? It just is provided for us. So this universe is like a servant to us. It's constantly providing the things that we need, which is a great reason for us to be responsible with it. Yes? Yes, being responsible. So Eric Butterworth said, God can only do for you what God can only do for you what God can do through you. God can only do for you what God can do through you. I have to be an open vessel. I have to be willing to accept love. How can the universe provide love for me if I shut myself down to it? So I'm a channel for love, then I can accept love. How can I accept kindness in my life if I'm hateful to everyone? I've shut that door. God can only do through me, right? So I have to take these beliefs, live them out, walk them out in shoe leather, practicing as I go and getting better and better, just like the pianist, right, that has to practice the music every day in order to get good. We have to do our practice of these things every day in order to get good. Myrtle Fillmore said, "There are no discords in my being. Being is peace." Being is peace. When I know these things, when I know these principles, when I have these beautiful tools and I take them out and I use them, I cultivate more peace in my life. I cultivate more peace, and then I can come from that place of peace with every encounter that I have, with everything that I do. How many of you have noticed that right now in our world there seems to be like a free-flowing anxiety, and it's just ready to attach itself, right? We have to be alert, be aware, doing our practice so that things like that don't sneak up on us. Being at peace. When I use my tools, when I use my principles, I come from that place, I live that, I be that. Then before I know it, I'm doing that. I'm showing up as that. It's so important to show up as love right now in our world. Wouldn't you agree? There's a beautiful song from long ago, what the world needs now is love, sweet love. I look at situations and I think, where is the love? Where was love not present in this situation? So we really, really owe it to ourselves and owe it to our larger community to show up as that loving presence as much and as often as we can. So this idea of action in James, in the book of James, chapter 2, verse 14, it says to the effect that belief without action is null and void. If I just know it, then it's just an intellectual process, an intellectual exercise, and I haven't really done anything to walk it out, to prove it, to show it, to live it, to be it. That's where the reward comes, is in the being, practicing it. So service is the way of the universe, and it's the way of us as universal cosmic beings, right? We're here to serve one another. So a common question from people is, what is my purpose? Why am I here? I would really love to know what my purpose is. How many of you have asked yourself that question? I would love to know what my purpose is, because see, there's this egoic thing in here that thinks that we're all here for something great. I'm supposed to be a celebrity, have a lot of money, I'm supposed to do this, I'm supposed to be the next Martin Luther King, I'm supposed to make my mark on the world. Yes, you are. And you are the next Martin Luther King. You are the one that the world is waiting for. You are the gift. Your purpose is to show up every day, suit up, and be the love. Now, do you know what your purpose is? You no longer have to ask the universe or ask anybody else, what's my purpose? Why am I here? Your purpose is to suit up, show up, and be the love. Suit up, show up, be the love. Yeah, that's your purpose. That is our purpose, because this This earth school, this laboratory that we're in, is all about teaching us how to come from unconditional love. Right? Jesus' time on earth was all about showing what love will do, the limits that love is willing to go to. That's what his life was about. Here's what love will do: lay down his life for another. Are we willing to do that? It's a good question to ask ourselves. So when we serve, we give and share a part of ourselves. We each have come into this life with unique gifts and talents. There's no one that can do what I do exactly the way I do it, and with the heart and with the feeling that I do it with. There's no one that can do what Blake does in the way that he does it other than Blake. You each have a unique gift, perspective, set of skills that you have to offer your community. So what are your gifts? Have you asked yourself that lately? What do I enjoy doing? Where's my passion? What gives me a thrill? What do I really enjoy doing? How can I use my gifts and talents to serve humanity, to put myself into service? Listening, communication, sharing your positive energy and using your body, mind, and spirit for doing good works is a gift that we all have. So if you struggle to know what your gift is, what your passion is, well, that's certainly one that we all have. The ability to listen, to communicate. We can learn how to do those things better. We can always make improvements on those things, but we all can do that. We can all be a listening ear for someone. We can all share some positivity with someone. So this idea of putting ourselves into service actually grows us. You want to expand your consciousness? You want to be more enlightened? You want to walk like the Christ on the earth? Put yourself in service. Because now all of a sudden, you're giving of yourself and you're making room for more. Did you ever try to fill a full teacup? Can't go anywhere, right? It just runs over. But if you empty that cup, then more can come. And that's the way it is with us. When we give of ourselves in service, we create that space for more to come our way. Not to mention the good feelings that you get when you serve. How many have had an experience where you've served in something and it's like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to do that again, right? It just felt good. It felt good to know that I helped one of my fellow humans here on this planet. That just felt good. And that's okay. It should feel good. We want it to feel good. In the feeling good comes the encouragement to keep doing it, to do it some more. So serving takes you outside of your own head and helps to move you out of stuck energy. Sometimes when you're feeling kind of down in the dumps, it's easy to want to cloister and hide away, but if you will get yourself out and you will put yourself into service, those feelings will sometimes dissipate because you're putting out there that energy of action, movement, and that will come back, putting that out there. So as a spiritual community, we are all individuals here responsible for the care and the upkeep of this spiritual community. It's not my responsibility alone. It's not Reverend James's responsibility alone. It's not the board's responsibility alone. When you come in the doors and you participate in the community here, that makes you a part of what needs to be done here, right? It takes all of us. That old phrase about it takes a village to raise a child. It takes a village to keep this community going. Busy hands and hearts. But it takes a commitment to coming and, how do I say, put yourself out there. If you come and you encounter someone and they give you a kind of a look, right? And you go away offended, oh, I'm not going back there anymore. They gave me a look. You haven't had the opportunity to work it out. You gave up too quick. We're all here to, oh gosh, I hate to say this to y'all, but we're here to rub each other. And I mean that by being the sandpaper. We're here to rub up against one another energetically like sandpaper. And what happens when you put sandpaper to a piece of furniture? You sand off all those rough edges, you polish it up, you get it prepared for the staining or the painting, right? We are here, yes, to be loving beings, but we are here in this laboratory to hit upon one another, to be the sandpaper for one another, and to address it, and to work with it, not to run from it. Did you know that you can never get good at conflict management if you always run from conflict? Right? So when someone gives you the eye, you think someone gave you the look. Because remember, it's all our perception, right? We don't know what's going on with the other person. Rather than leaving and saying, well, that community is unloving, that community is unfriendly, I'm not going back there. We say, you know, I just want to make you aware, it's probably just me, it's my reaction to something, but are we good? Is there anything we need to talk about? Because I thought, you know, maybe I saw a look, but like I said, it could be me. Oh, what are you talking about? No, I had something in my eye or whatever, right? Right? We owe it to one another to address each other with concerns and with things that come up so that we can learn. That's what our community is about. For goodness sakes, if something hits you the wrong way, don't get offended and leave. Address it. That's part of our growing up here. You know, that's what's wrong with our world at large, is that we're just, in total, as a society in total, we're very immature. We don't know how to be with one another in a loving, grown-up way. If you look at our world as a macro view, we're like a bunch of children playing in the sandbox. You stole my shovel. Well, you knocked down my whatever, right? It takes being in a loving, accepting community where we can address things like that so that we can perfect it and take it out. Putting ourselves in service to one another is doing the work of the community to keep the community going, but it's also putting ourselves out there to do the work that we individually have to do, that we need to do. Being a part of a loving, safe environment. This is a safe environment for you to come, to be, to express, to learn. To be the sandpaper for someone. But guess what? Someone's going to be the sandpaper for you. Right? It is a give and take. It is an exchange. But that's what we're all about. So how do we keep this beautiful community going? We do it with lots of hearts and hands. We're very blessed. Where's Isla? Isla! She's back there. Come up here this morning, Isla. Isla is our new sacred service coordinator. Our beloved Jim Hall has been doing it, and he has stepped back, and Isla has moved into that position. Now I want you to see that we called it sacred service and not volunteering, because it is a sacred service. It's giving to our community. So I'm going to let Isla speak for a moment.
I think Leah has done a great job on really telling us what volunteering is about. It's about serving. And I want to thank James and Leah for the trust you put in to me to do this job. I am really honored. And I will tell you, and you probably know, anybody that knows me, that I'm in my happy place when I'm volunteering, when I'm serving others. So last fall, I talked to Jim and I said, do you need any assistance in what you're doing? And he looked at me and he said, well, yes. So I started working with him, kind of following him around, seeing what he does. And I realized that this community is a very busy, active community. So I said, okay, how can I learn what's going on? So a group of us got together and we started the Sacred Service Volunteer Program. So we are in the process of looking at all of our ministries, seeing if we need to update them, and identifying new ministries, which we have. So we are at the phase now where we're going to give you an opportunity to serve. So, so I would like to acknowledge our team, which is Jim, who's out today. He's not feeling well. Sandy, would you please stand up? Janet. Terry. Gary, who's with our children. Michael and Lisa. So please give them a hand. And would all volunteers please stand up and be recognized? Thank you for everything that you do. So after the service today, I'm going to be up here and I'm going to answer all your questions and tell you how you can serve this vibrant, exciting community. Thank you.
Thank you, Isla. So one of the things that we want to do is we want to live out loud. We want to love outrageously. Wouldn't you like to do that? Love outrageously. Let's do that here in our community. So this morning when we wind things up here, come up front, find Isla. There's some opportunities that you can engage in. It's a wonderful way to get to know your other community members. It's a way to put shoe leather to the tools that you have, because you know what's going to happen. The first time you get on a team, someone's going to speak up and say something, and you're going to go, what in the world? I don't want to be a part of this. You know it's going to happen. Are you a human? Yeah, it's going to happen. Because where two or three are gathered together, there'll be a difference of opinions, right? Stick with it. Be committed. Give it a chance. Look at it from all angles. What can I learn from being in this? So it looks like maybe this is an opportunity for me to get a little sandpaper, and that's okay because I have been the sandpaper for others. Right? It's okay. This is a safe place. I can do this. I can work with this. I can be here in this. Now, if after a time you find out that it's really not your jam and it's not what you want to do, that's a completely different thing. But I'm talking about being committed to your community in a way that allows you to work your work, do the work with people who love you, who are learning just as you are, right? We can support one another. We can be together in unity. What a novel idea. Let's be together in unity. So yes, our fifth principle, all about action, putting our understanding about God being everywhere present, all good, meaning that every individual that I encounter, every individual I don't encounter, is an expression of and a piece of God. And that I, therefore, am one with them. What affects them affects me. What hurts them hurts me. What heals them heals me. The idea that I am co-creators with God, I am manifesting this experience, helping to create both in my life individually and on a larger community-wide level. I'm helping to create all of this. Prayer is tantamount to my spiritual journey, because through the use of affirmative prayer, I can hold fast and anchor those truths, those principles that I know to be true. I can anchor them in my life and in my mind and use them to feed upon, to keep myself positive and to keep my energy up, keep me moving in the right direction. And then lastly, action. I put all of this that I know into action because I know that just knowing it is not enough. I have to walk it out and act on what I know. So with this thought, let's take a couple of deep breaths. Let's close our eyes. Jeff and Chris are going to provide us with some beautiful meditative music. I want to invite you to just be. Just be and breathe. So as they continue to play and provide this sacred environment for us, just notice your breath. Breathing in, breathing out. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. Just being in this moment. Allowing yourself to be at peace. Feeling this connection with the other individuals in the room. Feeling that sense of oneness in this shared journey that we call life. Breathing in, breathing out. Relaxing your body. Breathing in. Breathing out, relaxing your shoulders. Feeling any resistance or tension melt away. Just being. If you have anyone in your life that you know that could benefit from being in this kind of healing, sacred energy this morning, bring them to your mind. Hold them. Hold them in your heart. May they be well. May they be safe. May they be at peace. And now holding our community here. All these blessed souls. Extending our love. May you be well. May you be whole. May you be at peace. And then let's just extend this to our world at large, our global community. May you be well. May you be safe. May you be at peace. now in these final moments, let's take the opportunity to just check in with ourselves. Asking ourselves, am I showing up? Am I suiting up? Am I being all that I can be? And we ask ourselves this with no judgment. It's just a check-in. And now let's silently just commit to ourselves to express more love. To allow ourselves to be at peace more. And to take every opportunity to be a positive impact on our world. We're so grateful for this time that we have to be together, to be in community with one another, to learn from one another, to grow with one another, to be the sandpaper for each other, and to know that it's all being done to mature us, to help us grow, to enrich our spiritual lives, our spiritual journey. And we're so grateful for the opportunity. And now we carry this gratitude and these commitments that we've made into our day. And we say, thank you, God. And so it is. So just take a couple of nice deep breaths, bringing your awareness gently and slowly back. Thank you, Jeff and Chris, for creating that beautiful sacred space for us this morning. You are the only ones that got to experience that this morning. Well, okay, those that are watching it live stream too, yeah. This is a very special offering this morning. I'm grateful for it. How about you?
Thank you, Reverend Leah. That was beautiful and powerful. I wanted to share some information with you on all the exciting things that are happening. We always have a lot going on in our Unity community this week. And I wanted to share two things with you. First, Wednesday night is game night. Game night is back. So this Wednesday night at 6:30, come and join us for some fellowship and fun. You can bring your favorite game. They also have lots of games. If you want to learn a new game, bring a snack and have a fun time getting to know each other. And then I want to invite you to participate in a project that the Women for Unity group is launching this month. So part of our activities in Women for Unity is looking for, identifying, and then participating in some outreach projects to help our community. And so our first project for 2023 is launching this month, and I've got 2 ways for you to participate in the next 2 weeks. So remember the number 2. We are partnering with a group that helps to support the health and well-being of young girls and women in our community. And this group is called the Period Project, and they support providing feminine hygiene products for women who may not have access to them, may not be economically able to provide them. And so they've identified this as an important way for our young women and girls in public schools to have what they need, to be physically taken care of, to be comfortable, and to be free to learn in their environment at school. And so our group is going to be collecting items to pack into school packs that these girls can pick up whenever they need them, and then we'll be connecting with the Period Project, and they're going to take them out into the schools that are in need right now. And so if you're next time you're in Walmart, in the grocery store, head down that aisle that maybe you don't go down very often. Choose a product. You don't have to even know much about it, but just provide it. They're going to help us, put together the range and scope of what's needed. You don't need to know a lot about it, but by making that purchase, we can fill in those needs as needed. If you're not wanting to do that particular element, you can give us money, we'll go shopping for you. Okay, so 2 ways you can participate, and we're asking you to do this in the next 2 weeks because we need to have the products ready for our monthly meeting at the end of the month so we can make the school packs for them to be distributed. Do we have anyone here today for the first time? Can we welcome you? Can you just give us a wave? Hey, over there. Lots of hands going up today. We're so glad you're here with us. Thank you for being willing to wave, and we hope that you received a connection packet, and if you didn't, we've got them right on the back table, but we'd love to stay in touch with you, so we're really happy that you're here today. And if you're new online, we'd also love to stay in touch with you. Just drop us your email so we can let you know about all the things that are happening here and stay in touch with you. We have prayer chaplains who are available today right after the service to pray with you. Leah talked about the central place of prayer in our community here. I'm one of the prayer chaplains serving today, and my friend Angie will be serving also. So we'd love to meet with you in the sacred space in the hallway back here. We don't want anyone to leave with a heavy heart, or if you have things to celebrate and share, we'd love to pray in gratitude with you in those as well. And of course, we also want you to be aware that there is prayer support 24/7 through the Silent Unity Ministry. And you can call them on the phone. We have an app that you can get in touch with them. You can email them. There's myriad ways for them to provide prayer support for you. So we want you to take advantage of that. And we said thank you to the volunteers, but can we say specifically the volunteers that helped us run this service today? Thank you to everyone who's making this service happen today. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. Next Sunday, we will be welcoming new members. Yay, new members. If you were unable to attend the membership orientation, but you're still interested, the time just didn't work for you, if you will let me know, pass me your email this morning on a slip of paper or something before you leave out, Reverend James is more than happy to meet with you at a time that works for you so that you can be, included in on that welcoming next week. If you took the class and you have not filled out your card yet, please do so today so that we can get certificates ready. Our ushers are going to get ready to receive our offering this morning because that is another beautiful way that you can be of service to our community is by sharing of your prosperity, of your green energy. And while they're doing that, Blake is going to come up and tell us about something fun that's happening in March.
Yes.
It's very big. You want to hear this.
Thanks, Leah. So, golly, we are so lucky. This everything about sacred service, man, I mean, it applies so much to this community. And Leah, man, I always tell Leah she's like a laser with her sermons. I mean, it's just, and James, man, I mean, he's always like a ninja. It's kind of circuitous, and then it's like, pow, but Leah's just like, zzz, But man, and I don't know, I got to attend Jeff's sonic energy healing last week, and it's just one of those things. It's like we got so much stuff going on, and I know I'm bad about, well, I'll get around to it, and then when I finally get around to it, it's like, good grief, I wish I'd done that so much longer. We have so many wonderful people here, and you got to see some of them stand up, and it is really all about giving, and not financial, but it's time, talents, and tithes, and who's to say which one's worth more. some of you all may know me. I've been here, gosh, since I think 2014. And, or maybe you think you know me. I've been a little bit of a sphinx a lot of my life. And anyway, I'm here. And I want to give back to this community. And, I want this community to be here because it has impacted my life tremendously for the just exponentially good. And I am creating I'm going to provide a cabaret, a Broadway cabaret on March 10th. And it is a fundraiser. The whole entire thing is going to go to Unity, all the proceeds. So it is called True Colors, The Rainbow Path. And it is a journey about my own life and my own struggles. It's not just going to be a, I lived here, I did this, I blah, 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 song. It really is. If you have ever been interested in me or thought you knew me and want to see me, you're going to see it on March 10th. And it will be a story. I could say I'm using the 12 powers. I think some of y'all know the 12 powers of unity. We have that beautiful path that Bill and Sandy helped create, around the lake and others. And so each song, 12 powers, 12 songs, one journey. Okay, and we're gonna have, I think it's already up on the website, but we'll have some flyers, and tickets are $45. Okay, think of that as a Valentine's gift for yourself or with your loved one, and come and celebrate that. We're gonna have a dessert bar of really amazing desserts from some of the great bakers in town, and it's gonna be sweet. And so anyway. So I hope to see everyone there. Tickets, I think seating will be pretty limited because it's going to be a cabaret style. So we'll have tables, and you'll be eating and having your coffee, tea. I don't know if we'll do drinks or not, but we'll see. But just bring a flask. But anyway, but it will be a true cabaret, and my voice teacher is going to be accompanying me, and he's I don't know why I'm pointing over here, but Stan, and he is a Broadway guy. He's a composer. He's written many musicals himself, and I mean he's been my Mr. Miyagi since moving here, and he's changed my life as well. And I've got quite a few Miyagis. So this is a special place, and like I said, all this is going back to Unity, and I hope it's sold out. Of them, I think maybe 60 people, maybe in here with the tables and stuff. So get your tickets. I'm sure they'll have information online, but it's going to be fun. 7 o'clock on Friday the 10th of March. Okay, so it's going to be great.
We know it will be. All right, ushers. So you can do that today if you want to. You can go ahead and write out your check for $45. If you put it in the offering basket, just make sure that you note in the memo that it's for the cabaret, or you could see Kayla and make arrangements. Otherwise, on the website, you can do that right now. So if you're at home streaming and you're doing it and you got ninja fingers, you can do it now before it's sold out. Woo! All right, our ushers are going to come up. We're going to receive our offering. We thank you so much for your financial support of what we're doing here. And let's say together, divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, all I receive, and all that I am. Thank you, ushers. And so the last thing I want to mention as they are taking up our offering is February is typically known as the month that we focus on love, and we want to participate for the month of February in random acts of kindness. We've done this before, and it was so much fun. We were able to have people kind of tell what they had done and what kind of results they had. I have had so many free cups of coffee given to me at the Starbucks line. I cannot even begin to tell you. And that's what kind of prompted this several years ago. Was I saw that happening, and I thought, we need to do things that precipitate that kind of action, that giving and receiving. Giving with not expecting anything in return, of course, but knowing that when you give, you receive. And so we did the random acts of kindness, and we've decided we're going to pick that up and do it again this year. So I hope that when we talk about that next week a little more in depth, that you will make the choice to join us and participate in it. We'll have some fun ideas for you to do if you come up empty-handed on how you can participate in that. So we look forward to doing that. Chris and Jeff are going to play some ambient music as we dismiss this morning, and I want to invite you to be sure and come up and see Isla, our Sacred Service Coordinator, and talk with her about how you might be able to help out on one of these teams and experience a lot of fun and spiritual growth in the process. Right? Sound good? Yes. All right. So let's stand up. Everybody good? All right. And let's say together, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful, blessed week. Go out and be the love.
Thank you guys for what you shared.